What's good, YouTube, and welcome to the house. I have a really fun market watch planned today, but they're about to start heavy construction on the street, so I'm going to try to hurry just a bit. And we're going to start with cards from Eternity Code Rise of the Duel, spiking up a lot in price that missed the Megatons. Madolche Salon, the perfect example, along with Forbidden Droplet, Access Code Talker. These cards, Konami definitely plans to cash in on to some degree. Sometimes Konami likes to make us wait, so they seem the hero when they finally reprint the nice easy access version, or they short print it along the way. But certain cards like this, I just foresee being somewhere in Gold Series or Brothers of Legend, maybe all the way to a March reprint set, but Madolches have typically been pieced out into these sets. We look at those ultra rare upgrades, or even secret rare Angeli from a Battles of Legend. I would definitely think Madolche Salon would look nice upgraded, or as an ultra rare without foiling, aka gold letter rare. Did you ever think about that? You actually just have a non-foil ultra with the gold letter rares. But seriously, I would love to see a reprint of this, and I do think you guys should be looking forward to those sets. Brothers of Legend is not one-for-one animation chronicle. We already have Forbidden Droplet announced there, right? Probably short printed. There are no short prints at Bossing, Say, and Konami, but I do think that with side sets and short prints, it gives a lot of people things to worry about. And to my next point, Baroness has a lot of people talking still, even though we've covered that these are pre-salers. It's a limited amount of people. I would wait for Tier 0, Yu-Gi-Oh! Daily, and other places for competition to ramp up. And in the past, I get why people are freaking out over, okay, I want my Baroness, will she really be this price? Look at the sales rates, fools and their money, soon to be parted, in my opinion. But I get why people are clamoring and spending this kind of rate of money. We look over at other legendary duels, Magician Souls, 160, a non-meta, kind of fun card in the Dark Magicians, now $80. Heck, Baroness is barely over that, and she'll be in the metagame. Where you look over to the super short printed, the worst short prints in modern history at like 1.25 to 1.4 case, Malicious Bane and Gold, all the controversies there, and they're so high in price. They were getting first place at regionals until Malicious went to 2, to be fair, when it went from 3 to 2. But looking through all of this, I get it. People are also saying, well, you're freaking out, too bad, it'll be 50, etc., or lower, and I still have my dart at the dartboard. It's still an educated guess at 65 to 72, probably. And if it's not shorted at all somehow, I could see that $50 to $45. But looking through the past, Magician Souls was a 3 of, and it started at $80, right? But there was a lot more to go in on here. Like, people wanted Liquid Soldier. I remember the pre-sales for Sunrise until it turned out to not be short print, being 25 to 30. There were a lot more things people were clamoring for here, and other things that people certainly won on if they did go on pre-sales. But with a duelist pack, whenever we've had a meta card in a duelist pack, it usually comes out the gate at a minimum of $60-ish, and I do think Baroness de Fleur is the most looked forward to thing here, besides maybe people going after the Ghost Rare, which isn't the biggest Ghost Rare to have been announced in modern history, and I feel like it kind of lets the set down a little bit in terms of what the Ghost is, but the rest of the decks have so much going for them. You got Speedroid, Leerlusk, and Baroness. There's value to be spread around, but Baroness is definitely what people will be after, so I get why you're freaking out, but I still think you should wait for competition. Now, this was pointed out to me, oh my gosh, the jump, Blue Eyes, it's moving. Battle of Chaos really is hitting the market. I told you guys I thought some Blue Eyes would move, but this one's a little silly. There's also something I noticed that I didn't notice before. This is the JMPS, which I believe is the Scholastic kind of book fair version of Blue Eyes, or Scholastic version. I don't know that you have to go to the book fair for that. I'd have to dig into that one. But you see a market price of $180 for this particular one, and it goes up from there. Well, if you want the very same artwork, wow, if it says Jump, which goes along with the magazine collectible, it is just a nice $70 to $80, which is still very expensive for this unique artwork that hasn't been reprinted elsewhere. It goes up from there, but you can see tons of sellers under market price as the collector's market really kind of cooled off during this time. But I never noticed this before. Limited edition is up here on the Jump version and down here on the JMPS. As small as that may seem, that's actually pretty dang cool, and a reason to have them side by side or have them in a binder like that together So I do get why people are specifically after this version, and there may be less of them in circulation, but that is actually kind of freaking cool. Zombie Horde has so many cards going up in price. Somebody asked me if I thought Baroness could go up from the new zombies, and I did say the Link 3 Vampire seems pretty good when we're talking about the upcoming vampires that got, you know, support. But Necroworld Banshee, I did not know continue to go up. Last I looked at this, it was like $8.50. Now it's towards $13.60, $14, and that on-demand zombie world stopping tributing, I guess good against Floonderies. It's kind of ridiculous, but look at the value of the structure as it goes up even further. This is why I'm actually really happy we got upgrades to starter deck cards in the Megatons. People are like, oh, just rewave it unlim. Well, people don't necessarily want to get the whole structure deck, and giving nice upgrades in one of the most open sets to have it as the bottom level. I actually applaud Konami for that one. Now, would I like promos back? Yes, I would like promos back in the Megaton, but this still is extremely interesting to see how people are going after generic zombie good stuff, how it's gone up over time. Glow Up Bloom not far behind either. What a good starter deck this ended up being, structure over time. Gamma Seal, you know I'm a big Kaiju fan. I got a Gamma Seal right here behind me. It is around $15 for Secret Rare and continuing to go up. Gamma Seal's appearing in a lot more decks. I've seen people saying, oh, another card I can't wait to Kaiju whenever you have a big reveal. And you can still get Gamma Seal from Dual Devastator Dude for around $2, $2.50. And the other versions are actually going out on quantities, though, that are near that price. And then you have the OTS Super Rare, only 31 listings, but it's still about $4. So if you want a different holo version of Gamma Seal, I might do that sooner than later, using that TCG player link in the description down below, costing you nothing extra to support the channel directly for the cards you'd already be buying. But do remember, I believe it's October 26th, we have 10% bonus bucks back on TCG. You might want to start making your list of what you'd be looking for then on that sale. Coral Dragon's up in price for the Secret Rare and the Ultra Rare Legendary Hero decks. Definitely not one of the most accessible decks of all time when we look at the history, and it started to go up. I remember these being on clearance forever, but now, you know, Rusty Bardish is a original tier. You have the Kagamusha Ninth Common up in price. Levier. So many things have just aged well out of this deck, including Coral Dragon. It's for Virtual World V-Dub, and it also plays itself into other synchro combos over time. Only has 2 printings, one behind a $30 MSRP structure deck that's only going up in price, and then a Secret Rare out of the Dark Illusions. Honestly, I just get the Secret. I think it'll hold, especially first ed, value comparatively over time, and people just want their copies. So some of the lowest listings currently, even though it's up in price right now, are Secret, because if there is a reprint, the Ultra would bottom out a little worse. So you hold value and you have something that looks pretty darn nice for the card. Ancient Pixie Dragon, I had no clue this was value, so you may have a card that you didn't know was worth something. I did know it was worth like $1-ish way back, but I didn't know it's climbed to the point of like $6 market price, and that was surprising to me. So again, actually the lowest listings are now 7. Let me know if there's a specific reason. Maybe I should read this card that I'm putting on Market Watch. Yu-Gi-Oh! Players and reading, right? 1 tuner plus 1 or more non-tuners. During your turn, if a field spell card is activated, you draw a card. You can only use this effect once per turn, so you get a plus on comboing with field spells. Once per turn, if there's a face-up field spell card on the field, target a face-up attack position monster on the field, destroy it. It seems okay depending on the deck you're playing. It may be just more that it's the original Altar Signer Dragon form stuff out of Gold Series goodness, but a lot of the others aren't necessarily up in price. A lot of these cards are way higher than I remember them, though. $10 on Gold Stardust? Yeah, Gold is one of the most divisive rarities, but people really do like Gold Rares that enjoy Gold Rares. There are Gold Rare enjoyers out there. And we see that over time, Premium Gold, that's the first new iteration of Gold Series from back with this styling. People are going in on it. That's why I say Gold Rares, not a single set has failed over time, and that's why I like Maximum Gold Eldorado to Diamond Hands, but there's also opportunity cost. Not a financial investor channel. I don't know your bankroll, what you're able to do, but the Gold Series is a very long-term hold that turns to pan out very well. Donna Majesty is the DLC set to Synchro Storm, to Burst of Destiny, to all these upcoming things, and Aluber continues to go up in price. Ready Fusion very down on quantities comparatively. Like, look at Synchro Overtake, 100 150 listers almost, versus 60 listers on Ready Fusion at $30, and it continues to rise. But very few baby bumps up in price on the B-Trooper stuff after all the reveals. $22. People aren't necessarily scrambling like they were. There's a couple of good updates to B-Troopers, but overall, not that much that's going to catapult them into the metagame. Just nice tools and options that they gained. They're already in the meta on the rogue section, but they're struggling to be there, and they didn't like get the tools to just go all in against them. Elemental Hero Absolute Zero, so I've seen a tick up in Edison format, as my Discord also has. I know that MBT super behind the Edison format as well, and the Jump promo has been going mad up in price, and other versions down in quantities and up in price as well. This hasn't had a reprint in some time, but you know, Heroes Revenge and OTS Pack 5, they're still nice versions of the cards for what they are, so be aware if you're like doing Elemental Hero collections or past formats, this might be a card you want access to before it becomes like the next Arnios or something ridiculous. I seriously doubt that would happen. They even eventually got to the Masked Heroes, so I don't think that this would end up like that, but those versions are going. Skill Drain Lart had a bit of a buyout. It is way up in price and very few listings, and I wanted to compare it to the Turbo Pack version, which it's starting to catch up to little. At one point in time, like this was 40, but now this starts to rise as it rises up. It's kind of that cause and effect. And I've noticed a lot of Lart cards are up past what I remember, like the Exodia Limbs themselves, because while they had a full month where we get like the 2-week promotion now, so there's more quantities out there, they're the beginning of the Lart promotion, and they're kind of the legacy of it and the oldest ones. Also, DMG is pretty low on quantities. I would definitely go through lost promotion cards and kind of get what you want and just keep them for a while, and like build your collection when they come out while they're cheapest, or you know, once you see the market kind of situate on them, because they really do seem to have a large interest in the community and have not been reprinted elsewhere, and I don't think Konami plans to, although they can do whatever they want at any point in time, so keep that in mind. I also do like the actual small differences, like I said with that Blue Eyes, where the Lart DMG's first printing doesn't have a border on the card art, and then the one that was second printed does have a border on the card art. That's kind of those small differences make a big difference over time. Thanks for watching today's Market Watch. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the conversation. Huge stream tonight. We're going to try to do the Tournament of Madness unlock along with a drunk stream. Haven't done one of those in a long time, but I hit my weight goal. We're going to party a little, and then I'll focus on balancing that with fitness. But tonight, oh, we're living it up a bit. It's 7 o'clock Central for that stream. Thanks for watching, everybody.